Welcome, everyone, to That's Not Why You Called, episode 34, continuing on our amazing streak of week-to-week shows. We cannot be beaten. We can't be beaten. We are
unstoppable, like the movie with Denzel Washington and that other white guy who I don't know.
Oh, is that the stupid train one?
Yes.
Where SNL's parody of it was probably better than the movie itself.
There was another train movie. I don't know how many of those movies there are, but I can recall a good one before that came out. It was like a 4-part movie series, I think.
What, about a train?
There was like an atomic bomb or something on a train. Yeah, it was old.
Broken Arrow?
No, not Broken Arrow. Though that would have made sense.
That involved an atomic bomb on a train at some point.
I'd never seen Broken Arrow. That's how I know it's not Broken Arrow.
It's bad.
Everybody loves that movie.
No, because it's so bad and stupid. Like, why is... Oh, not Dennis Leary. What the fuck is his name? The guy opposite John Travolta. I forget his name. Anyway.
I know in that movie.
It's so bad. Pimp Dr. Funk, a $5 donation. Good night, everyone. Apparently, he's here and he's gone.
Well, that's
all right.
quick.
Well, thanks for coming out, I guess.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for the $5 donation. Reminds me, we're going ad-free on Twitch, not on YouTube. On YouTube, you get ads because YouTube doesn't have a subscription system, or not that I have access to anyway. But we're going ad-free on Twitch. All my live streams, That's Not Why You Called, and gaming live streams will be advertisement-free. Mid-roll ad-free, because I can't control pre- and post-roll ads. I just can't. Mid-roll ad-free, so if you want to help out the stream, you want to help out and show your support, encourage you to subscribe for $4.99. You can access some really cool things. A chat badge, custom emoticons. I got a That's Not Why You Called one. Maybe some amber liquid-filled bottles.
Whatever that is.
Whatever that is, I don't even know. I just added that.
Lamp oil.
That's right. Be careful. It's flammable. You get access to some really cool things. Subscriber-only chat from now on. That's Not Why You Called on Twitch will be subscriber-only chat. So you want to join in the fun. $4.99 is all. And you get to support the stream and get a cool, hopefully, a little shout-out as long as it doesn't interrupt the flow of conversation too much. See, like this one. Bayakuyakad just subscribed. Welcome to the Dog Pound. We got fun and games. Woo! Thank you for subscribing. There you go. You can be just like him. Start a sub-train. Doot, doot, sub-train rolling. And you can also donate. Scroll down below the video player. Click on the panel that says donate, and you can do that as well. Any amount is up to you. We got a champagne room the other day. $25 donation. It was really cool. Oh. So, guys, champagne room is the sound clip. So, anyway, That's Not Why He Called. Episode 34, and Chiz has his hatchet, even though he's
never going to use it.
Not going outdoors. You better be careful. Like when you get pissed about something, if you're like if you get into streaming again, like Minecraft or something's just really pissing you off, you should buy lumber and just have it near you for the express purpose of just beating the shit out of it with the hatchet when you get pissed off. Buy like a 4x4 piece of lumber and just beat the shit out of it every time you get pissed.
Subscriber-only wood cutting.
Yeah, there you go. You could start a Twitch. Thank you, somebody for $5 from My Little Turtle. Yeah, this is not an avenue to troll with obscene stuff. It said I hate black people. Just trying to.
Oh, not cool.
Yeah, come on, man. At least be clever about it. It's not clever.
That wasn't even remotely clever. That was just blunt. Like
not the
this
good
coming
kind.
Down.
That would not be blunt.
This part would be. That part.
Yeah, that's blunt. So how much was that? $25?
$25. I have a killing machine.
So you bought that.
Yep.
Just so that you could get a smaller, insignificant object shipped via Amazon. What was the other object?
Hair dye.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not going outside.
You can go to fucking Walgreens, bro.
But that's 2 blocks away. I gotta get in the car, drive 2 blocks. The intersection right there is an over-ramp for the freeway, and that light is always locked up. And I'd have to put on pants, and I'm not about that game.
Okay, well, the pants thing, I can understand.
You can get me on that.
Yeah, the not wanting to put on pants. All right, you got...
and gridlock.
And gridlock.
Yeah, nobody likes to sit through that.
Just walk, man. It's 2 blocks. All right, so you got
Amazon's so much quicker.
You got that killing machine. There, you could be the 4th. Go on the survival trip.
That's not an option. I'm not.
Why not?
Because
pussy.
No.
Bitch.
It's funny because Wings.
Mr. iStealth just subscribed. Welcome to the Dog Pound. We got fun and games. And I, My Little Turtle, another $5 donation, says thank you. He says it just put his name as sorry. You can put your name and then put the message after the name. But I thank you for the $5 donation. Okay, so on Wings is on the note of Wings.
He gives you crap, but then I listened to last week. He's like, I want to see the truck. I want this, and that. I lost my shit. I know we shouldn't talk about PK. He said he had a 1 in 3 chance of dying.
Soulless246 just subscribe. Welcome to the Dog Pound. We got fun and games. But
1 in 3 chance of dying.
Wait, since when are we not supposed to talk about PKA?
I don't know. It just didn't.
Are we not supposed to? I don't know.
Are we not supposed to? I don't know. It just felt weird to talk about.
I don't know if you feel uncomfortable. I guess. I mean, it's a.
Do you feel uncomfortable? You're the median between the two. I just thought it was a funny thing to bring up because.
Yeah. Oh no, dude! You don't even know. You don't even know.
30% chance.
Katie donated $10. Here's from McDonald's later. Well, that's purse money. You got 2 more of those to go for the purse I got you yesterday from Sam's Club. I'm a high roller, motherfuckers.
Tablet and a purse.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just because I'm the member, and so like she was like, "Oh, well, I'll pay for it." I'm like, I think they might give you shit over that. Like if you try to, even though I'd be standing there, like I think they'd try to give her shit over it. So I'm just like, fuck it, I'll buy because we got pillows and rice to finish filling up my heavy bag. But dude, you don't know, there's. You're not supposed to real private Skype conversations, but holy mother of God, the I don't want to leave sight of the truck is a thing. And I'm the bitch. At least you know what? I am a bitch, but I admit it.
Admit it.
I'm like, no, man, fuck that. There's dangerous shit out there. Am I overreacting to the possibility of the danger? Hell yeah. But fuck that. I don't want to lose that bet. But Wings like, pussy. But can we not leave the car? I gotta bring Vaseline, though.
And candy.
Yeah. I love Wings. I really wish you know what? I really wish they would listen to me about bringing GPS as a backup. Just like that, it seems just silly to not, because it's all right. Yeah, survival, hardcore.
Compass is on that list though, right? That made it through.
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. But I just an emergency fucking beacon a beacon or something that you can turn on in the case of a no shit emergency, because all of Woody is the breadwinner for his household. Same with Wings. Same with Kyle. And I mean, 30%, ha. But it's dangerous, man.
Yeah.
People lose Russian roulette. It's not likely, but they do.
But those are different odds. There's not a 1 in 3 chance of you going out into the woods and dying.
Right. Mm-hmm. But
those are ridiculous odds he gave.
In the event of a no shit catastrophic failure of all things, all safeguards, all survival knowledge, in a no shit catastrophic failure, why not have a GPS beacon that you can just flip on? I mean, who would honestly say that? Like, no, you shouldn't you got to be hardcore. If you're like, fuck that, fuck those people that think that, because it's like, no, man. My consciousness is honestly at stake here at some point. It's far off and it's improbable, but then guess what? So is my use of the GPS is improbable. It just seems like it's a simple thing to do to override something that could be very catastrophic and very dangerous. Again, improbable as it may be, I don't know. And that's the thing, because I want him to be safe. I like doing the show with them. I don't want him to get hurt. I don't want him to
by himself.
Right? I don't want to get Me and Jackie could do it while they're gone. Her and I could do a show. It'd just be like an hour long of just bitching about how dumb they are.
They're dumb. And you see, there was somebody made a video about like the events, and they put it to a song about Lefty. Like Lefty was always right or whatever, and it's all this stupid shit like. Day 1, fire starting, and it shows the clip of Wings starting the fire in his backyard.
No, I didn't see that.
It pans out to a forest fire going out somewhere, a news clip, and then it's like day 1 of hunting, and a deer is beating the shit out of a hunter, like just fucking on top of him. And in the background, it's like, Lefty was always right. Something like that. It's great.
Yeah. No, I like doing the show. I don't want I don't want to miss out, especially on all the sponsorship money, man. Come on.
That's
my meal ticket.
$1 a year. Speaking of meal tickets.
The AJ0921 just subscribed. Welcome to the Dog Pound. We got fun and games. You timed that fucking perfectly, by the way. As it was going, you said, speaking of meal tickets. Did you know?
I saw him pop up. I don't know when the audio or the thing flashes on screen.
I think I don't know how it works. I don't know if there's just something that's reading the chat and it sees that. But yeah, you got that freaking perfectly. That's awesome. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you to everybody that's been subscribing, donating, helping us keep this stream mid-roll free. It's been going well. I did one stream and it's been going well.
Let's talk about that. I don't pay attention to my follower list really. I'll go over to that page and see who's streaming, or I see my phone buzz. I usually am looking at Twitter though, and I haven't seen you tweeting about streams recently. What's up with that?
I don't know, man. I'm lacking the drive.
Don't burn out. Don't burn out.
It's not burnout. It's what I hope for doesn't at all match up with what I have currently, and it's perfectly normal. And I don't mean to detract from any of the viewers or any of the subscribers or donators. You guys are great, and I love each and every one of you, and I thank you all. But just what I do, I wish I could stream, during the day for like 3 or 4 hours, like just me grinding in Diablo 3 or something, and have 500 to 1,000 people show up for that. There's a guy that just streams speed runs of him playing Diablo 3. Like, I can't even tell what's going on the screen. He's moving that fast. But there's like 10,000 concurrent people watching it. I'm like, oh my God. What the hell? I watch Lyric. Lyric is a guy who plays a lot of Arma 3, DayZ, Arma mods. Watch his streams of Gold Glove, all that stuff, and it's just like, man, I could do that, I think. Or maybe I guess I can. Maybe I'm just having to face that. But it's not there. And it's just, I wish it was. Now this is a lull in the YouTube Twitch business right now. At least for me, because I pull a lot of my YouTube viewers or Twitch viewers from YouTube. But it's just, it's hard to be motivated, I'll say, when it was really easy to be motivated when I was streaming Grand Theft Auto 5, when it was like, holy shit, I'm gonna be at 1,000 concurrent all fucking night probably. It was easy to be like, oh man, I want to stream. But then again, I became that was the one thing I could do, and I was like, damn it. And I wish I could do, I could be a play anything, stream anything kind of guy with my Twitch and YouTube channel, and people would still show up. I'm better than I certainly was in my Call of Duty days, but it's not as as I had hoped. And so it's just hard, it builds, and it's just it's hard to stay motivated. Other things begin to overtake, streaming to 250, 300 people, which is great. Again, I know a lot of people are like, man, I would kill for that. But, it's all relative. It's just other things are like, I'll go hang out. Katie and I will go to the mall or something. And instead of just like, no, I gotta stream. So,
do it. Just do it.
Just do what? Stream?
Do it.
Well, because
if you get into this rut, you're looking at someone who had it and lost it. You can get back, but then it's just that's what I think I said that last week. That's where I'm at right now. Like for me right now, it's just not a viable use of my time to stream to like 100 people. Now, if I did that for like 4 hours every day, could I get that back to where I once was? Yeah, but I don't have the time to do that, nor do I really want to. It's painful if you've had something awesome and then you've been cut in half or whatever, and you're like, I used to stream to this many people, and I'm streaming to this many. What are they doing? Do they even care? Like, I don't even care, Yeah. So I see that's where you're at, but you got it, baby. You got it. You just got to keep on trucking. You are way better off than you were before. A year ago, you can stream whatever the fuck you want. You can. People show, they come, they don't, whatever. You'll get new people. Can't feel shit. You just got to keep doing it.
All right. Thank you for the pep talk.
I'm serious. I'm living from experience. Like, if I go back 2012, I would not have just said fuck it and just stop streaming because I got burnt out on. I literally got burnt out. I was doing 20-hour-a-day streams.
Jesus.
Yeah,
That's insane.
I think I had like 300 300 something hours total in the month of December, and that was when they were giving us a $5 CPM. Times. But yeah, you're not burnt out. You're just in a little rut, and you're gonna get through it. And you can stream whatever the fuck you want with Thad, with me, with Gum, or by yourself because people love you.
Goddamn right. This. Thank you, Chiz.
Say it, chat. People love Lefty. We love you, Lefty. Say it. Oh. Praise Allah. Sorry. They paid me. I had to slip it in.
Who did? They? Point. Allah? Did Allah pay you? The Prophet Muhammad?
The mosque.
Oh God, we're gonna be killed now. We are just.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know.
Did you show a picture at the same time?
No, I didn't show a picture, thankfully. But no, thank you for that. That's that really, that helps a whole lot.
1080p green screen. Do you know who I am? A year ago, and it's going to segue into more Twitch talk. There's a current position like partner associate. You look for people that do streams and think they should be good for the partner program. I threw my name in the hat because fuck it. Because I called someone a year ago, getting 50 to 100 people, is now on the front page of Twitch almost every day and pulls between 2,000 to 4,000 fucking concurrent viewers and 10,000 if it's a new game or he gets like a pre-release thing.
Damn.
Called it. And I'm calling you, Lefty. You're fucking next. You got this shit. You're gonna stream. People love you. Look, everybody say, amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh, well, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Chiz and all the love from the chat. That's amazing. It does really help lift my spirits. I really don't mean to denigrate anybody, that has stuck around here. I mean, I know my mods are there and they do a lot for me. I mean, they just started the subscriber only team speak on their own. It doesn't matter to them really how many people are in there. And I feel bad for even feeling bad. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where it's like, I don't mean to belittle the people who do watch, who do come and subscribe and donate and or do a show with me like you do, but hell, this fucking show is the view, the biggest one right now. This is the biggest view, or
because our show is goddamn good.
Goddamn right, and we're gonna be on the front page of Twitch because I emailed them today, not about this show, but just to see what that did. All right, well, thank you. I'm gonna try to bear down and stream a lot.
Damn straight. What's the next game you're streaming?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know. It could be DayZ, Arma 3.
What's that mod? Is it the Arma 2 one? The one where
Arma
you guys
2,
drive around?
The life mod? Yeah.
The island
could
one
be that
or something?
Island life, yeah.
That is fun to watch.
Is it really?
I enjoy that.
All right.
Fucking cop pulled you over and basically shook you down for like $500.
Yeah, but I had like $1 million on me. I was like,
yeah, and that's what everybody's saying. I was like, that's bullshit. Why don't you pull up and shoot that fucking cop in the face?
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's like it plays out. It's like the entire game is like an action game where you're just running around and or an action movie where you're running around, running hookers, doing stuff like that. That's
running hookers. Are you trafficking hookers?
Trafficking hookers. Demon613, a $10 donation. Come on, Lefty, keep at it. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the donation and the kind words. I just it's just
hallelujah.
People get in ruts, and it's tough. It's really, really tough.
Well, you've been streaming for like what? 6? When did GTA come out? September?
Yeah, September 2012.
I have to count. Almost 7 months, something like that. That's a long time. Mm-hmm. It's a long time, and you've come a long way. You're not just the GTA 5 guy.
Nope. Although I will stream the shit out of that when it comes out on PC.
And I will actually get it then.
Oh my god! Because it's gonna be native 1080p, all the high res textures, and now my stream is in 1080p. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait.
Who else has true 1080p?
Sandy Ravage.
Nope.
He does.
Continue. Nope.
He doesn't?
Nope, just Lefty.
Well, but that's not true.
Just Lefty.
Okay.
We're here for you.
I appreciate it, but
we're not advertising other people that don't exist.
All right. Okay.
You.
Only 1080, the only 1080p stream on Twitch right here.
With the best chroma key on the fucking planet. Mm-hmm. And speaking of, there's a planet behind him.
Well, there's millions of them, billions in there somewhere.
There's billions in there somewhere.
Yeah, so just in this whole area. here. You know, that's I did you see that the end of the Cosmos where they talked about when the Andromeda and Milky Way are going to collide?
I still haven't seen an episode
In
of
like
it.
25. It's on Amazon. You got Amazon Prime, right? Smoothie,
Right.
a $5 donation. I still like smoothies. Oh, this was the guy that was like,
I remember that guy.
yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well.
All the subscriptions on all the fake accounts that he created. I appreciate
Thanks.
it.
That's nice.
It's on Amazon Instant Video. It's
Really?
not Prime, but for like $2.99 you get an
Oh.
HD episode. What would be a season then? Probably what, $35? You get the whole season in HD, and then you buy it, and I think you own it, right? It's not like a rental thing. When you buy on Amazon,
you own it.
It's just you own it there. So I did that today just so I could watch it while I work out, so I don't have to watch all the advertisements on Fox's video player because there's oh my god. But it's really cool. It's awesome, ad free, and got to wrap up the story of Halley and Sir Isaac Newton. And all that stuff. Really, really cool stuff. And then they showed, then Neil deGrasse Tyson went on about how Andromeda and the Milky Way are going to collide in like
When?
25 billion years or something like that.
Well, it's going to really suck when that happens.
But he said that because of the like, this looks packed, right? But I think this is an artist rendition. This isn't like actually what it looks like through a telescope. Or I don't know, maybe. But they think that because this looks packed, but there's a whole lot of space in between all the stars and the planets that revolve around those stars, and then the supermassive black hole is probably at the center of that. But they think that because of that space, that the galaxies will collide, but there won't be really any destruction, like a huge amount of destruction. It'll just be kind of like they just kind of pass through each other. Because the gravity of their respective black holes, I believe it is, but the gravity of their respective black holes and the stars in the solar systems will outmatch those of passing solar systems and stuff like that. But it's just like and it was a really cool animation that they had to show like the gravitational stuff, and so yeah, it's really cool. Watch Cosmos, kids. It's really cool educational stuff.
Add it to your information diet.
To your information diet, exactly. Go lean on information. Although I don't know how many business ideas you'll be getting from that, but you'll get some. Now, speaking of Amazon, they unveiled today. Now, if you have an Amazon account and you go and you sign in to Amazon.com, you will be greeted with the let's see. Forget it. The Amazon
Fire TV.
The Amazon Fire TV. You can't even get away from it. It's a message from the CEO, the founder of Amazon, about them rolling out the Fire TV. It's been rumored, I guess, for a while. Now officially announced, rolled out, available for you to purchase, and it's $99, and it's a streaming media player.
Badass one.
Amazon's getting into the streaming media game. Is it badass? Like
it looks badass to me. Like it's got, I don't know. I guess a Roku 3 does the same stuff, but I guess it really does everything that all the other ones do when you come down right to it. But how much does that quad core and 2 gigs of RAM factor into it?
I don't know what that's going to do. What is
right?
What
I'm
is
asking. I don't know what it's going to add to it. That's the only difference I see.
Yeah,
really
the Amazon Fire TV has a quad core processor and 2 gigabytes of RAM, as opposed to I think 500 megs.
512, and most of them are single core, and I think one is 2.
Yeah, and how much is that? Is that really going to matter for video rendering? Like, is that the choke point of streaming media players? Is it the processor and the RAM? And not the internet?
Can't hurt.
I just don't know. And what's the point? Why would you pay extra now if still the hard limit is 1080p? But
if you were in the market for one, then the same price.
Right, you get it's the same price, but it doesn't have access to HBO Go. And I was reading a lot of the reviews, and you asked why there are a lot of 1-star reviews. A lot of them saying the interface is awful and unresponsive. The voice command is a cool idea, but a lot of people also say that that's unresponsive. So, it's cool. I mean, I like when Amazon tries to get into things like this, but
Right.
Okay, so you've got a quad core and 2 gigabytes of RAM. Is your picture going to look markedly better?
Maybe it has to do with the gaming aspect of it, because I totally forgot about that. Like, there's a bunch of games on here, like Minecraft Pocket Edition, The Walking Dead, Life, which I would play. I'm never too old for Life. But I guess that's the only reason why you would have that in there. But honestly, if the reviews are bad and the interface sucks, I might just pay, like, I think the Roku is even $20 less. And that's... The Roku and the Apple TV seem to be the two top dogs in that market. Like, Asus came out with the Cube, I think, last year, and I was so pumped for it. It looked so cool. And it had, like, a full keyboard with, like, WAS keys on it and everything. And it was, like, bad. Like, nobody bought it. It's gone. But I feel like Amazon shouldn't be pushing shit. So maybe they'll come out with the Fire 2 soon.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe this is like a proof of concept. And they're like, okay, well, we can do this now. And somebody, Demon613 in the chat, subscriber. Again, we're subscriber only right now on Twitch. So if you want to join in the fun, $4.99, you can access some really cool things. He said 4K. And can you go 4K with a firmware update? Maybe they want to build a 4K player, a 4K streaming player at some point.
Right.
And they just want to get into the market now so that people are used to the idea of an Amazon streaming media player. But as of right now, whether you should buy or anybody should buy the Amazon streaming media player because it's got a quad core and 2 gigabytes, I don't know that you can go from... Can you do a firmware update and make that happen? I
don't know. So is the only... I just now thought of that because everybody brings up 4K with Netflix and stuff. Is the only thing you can actually watch 4K Netflix on when that comes currently would be a smart TV that supports 4K and your computer with the 4K monitor, because the Xbox is 1080p, right? And all of these streaming devices are 1080p 60 FPS. So are those the only things that support it? If so, that sucks.
Yeah, well, you need something that can create the 4K image. So you need a 4K player. So probably a smart the smart Blu-rays that are 4K ready or whatever, or a smart TV, like you said. But again, those TVs have to be 4K ready. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. I mean, you could try to create a 4K image, but it's just going to look weird. So that's what you'd need in order for that. You need a 4K. You need 4K You need the 4K content, the 4K call it encoding or whatever you want to call it, creating the 4K image, and then you need something that can display the 4K image. Not a lot of people, I think, understand that. They're just like, oh, well, it's 4K. Well, it's like, well, is your TV 4K?
Right.
Well, no. And I don't think a lot of people realize, Katie and I were at Sam's Club the other day, and there was just some like fat black guy in one of those those motorized scooter things. And Katie and I were looking at the 4K display, and he was just like, that's the only thing you can look at, right? And I looked over, I'm like, what? He's like, that's the only thing that plays on it, And I was like, oh, that's right, yeah, because there's no 4K medium. And he was actually like, yeah, people now think they're getting 1080p. They don't even realize they're not. And that's true.
Yeah. Is
that a lot of the content is 1080i, at least broadcast cable. I don't know about Netflix. Maybe Netflix is trying to disguise 1080i as 1080p. But in order to conserve bandwidth and stuff, a lot of people are just pushing 1080i and calling it 1080. 1080 HD. And what do people ask? Like, oh man, well, is it 1080p or 1080i? Because I looks like shit for high motion stuff. It just looks like crap.
Yeah, 720p, you're better off.
So I don't know. There's a lot of shenanigans going on, but man, 4K stuff looks good.
It does.
And there's that pixels. One thing. If you've ever gone to like a Sam's Club or a Best Buy or H.H. Gregg or something, it's probably all the same 4K like loop. It's an overhead view of Paris, and that's all it is. It's just like it's a still shot of Paris. I think it's Paris in 4K. Good, and even though I've seen it a lot and it loops, it looks pretty good. So, like, favorite, subscribe, donate, $4.99, because I need about $2,500 for a 4K television and a 4K player.
Yeah, you need both.
And 4K content.
Yeah, that who knows when? I guess. I mean, I think most stuff nowadays is shot in 4K, and then they just retro downgrade it. Yeah. Amazon Instant Video doesn't. I don't. Do you disagree? I don't think they have a whole lot. Like I can go there and go, that's on Netflix, that's on Hulu. I think some stuff they do have, like CBS shows and stuff, like Big Bang Theory. I think I saw that there, and that would be the only thing exempt from that model. But every time I go there, it's not like they have a new movie that Netflix doesn't have, or vice versa.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I only look at the Prime stuff because I'm not fuck you. I'm not paying extra. Like I'm already giving. Like I call me fucking crazy, but if I'm paying $100 a year or something for Amazon Prime, just give me everything.
Oh, is there a difference?
Video live. Yeah, the only things that are Prime eligible are free.
Right.
Everything else you got to pay for. I had to pay for the Cosmos. I don't get,
Right, but that's okay. Now I know what you're talking about. But that is like iTunes Store, though.
Right, and so because of that, I only look at what at what is Prime eligible on Amazon Instant Video,
and that's what I was referring to. Like, that selection is small.
It's not a lot. There are some things, like some older TV shows and movies, but Netflix has got a whole lot of stuff.
Yes, it does.
So I don't know what Amazon's plan really is there. Is the Prime thing just kind of a,
package deal?
Right. Well, right. But you watch. Okay, we'll give you some things unlimited access to on Amazon Prime, on Prime Amazon Instant Video. If you're a Prime member, you get access to some few things unlimited. But let's just get you in the door, so to speak, of Amazon Instant Video, and then let you go buy your movies and stuff. Do they get things earlier than Netflix?
I don't think so. I mean, they do if you pay for it, like through their instant video service like that. I kept calling the other thing that, but through Prime, no. Like Prime, it's like they have the same selection. And I guess it's cool if you don't have Netflix and you buy, Amazon Prime for a year, you've got a streaming service. But if you don't have Prime or you have both, it was bundled together, and I use it for the shipping, and it's just like, Netflix has everything.
Yep.
Or everything I want, and everything else I'll find elsewhere.
I don't know. Maybe here and there they probably got some stuff. Everybody's going to have that. Oh, well, Amazon Prime has this one show, or Amazon Prime Instant Video has this one show that I love to watch.
Documentary.
Right. And okay, you use Amazon Prime for other things. You probably didn't buy Amazon Prime so that you could get access to the whatever unlimited Amazon Instant Video stuff.
Right.
Is it unlimited music streaming too?
That I'm not sure about.
Oh, I don't know.
Not sure about. I use Spotify.
But if Amazon, I don't know, if Amazon had a separate subscription for instant video, which was Netflix like, I don't know, maybe they're thinking. I'm sure they've discussed it.
Right, and they come out with they've got a streaming service now, and they have the platform too. So, do you think people would buy it if Netflix came out with a media box for Netflix, and maybe it had some other stuff? See, they're different though, because Amazon, I don't know, they have their own streaming service, which I don't think they push. Like, it's not. I don't even know if you could buy it separately, because it's Prime. But their box has Netflix and Hulu and all the other ones on there. If Netflix came out with one, do you think people would buy it, and would it have their competitors on it? They'd probably never get into it, just because there's no point getting into the hardware game.
No, I don't see it, because what are they going to do better than what other people have done with their interface, whatever? Right. They're just not. And I don't think there's really anything. Netflix seems like the kind of company, I hope this is true, where they seem like the kind of company that will say, this is enough. We're making enough money. They were the ones, they didn't try to push off the costs onto the consumer, or they haven't yet. Maybe they will. But the peering agreements with last mile internet carriers, they agreed to it, and they were like, all right, fine, because we got a license to print money here with Netflix. Right. So I don't think they would not only would they not see a need, I don't think they would want to, because they're like, no, this is good enough. And what are we going to do better than what the Roku or Apple TV or what are apps on PlayStation and Xbox or Windows 8.1 for mobile tablets or Android or whatever? What are we going to do better? What are we going to offer that they don't? I just don't see it, and which is one of the reasons why I'm questioning why Amazon's getting into the game. Like, what are you going to offer that these other things don't? What do you have? Okay, you've got more CPU and memory power. All right,
games.
I don't know. Personally, that's not a draw to me.
They're like the opposite of the Xbox. Like, they started with, like, their selling point is we're a media box. You can also play games. We got a bunch of games you can also play. Xbox, I don't know. I think Amazon's a cool company.
Amazon is, but I'm curious.
But if they were 4K, they would have just killed the market right there, right then.
Yeah, but can you really introduce 4K when nobody's really ready for it?
But why not? See, if they're both on the table right now, $99, they're all pretty much, I think Roku maybe $20 less, but whatever, it's $20. And they're all the same. But then Roku and Apple have a good record and everybody loves them. And the Amazon one has a bad interface, I guess. I didn't really see that many pictures. And that's why it's getting so many poor reviews. But if that one had 4K natively already on it and it's future-proofed,
okay, then
what are you gonna pick? You gonna pick the one that's dying generation, or are you gonna get the 4K one at the same price?
That's true. I would go 4K.
But
it's not, and it's like, so then what are you doing? What is the point here? Now, if they announce in a year the Fire TV 2 4K 120 plus, now we're gonna pay to bring 4K streaming content to Amazon Instant Video. All right.
I feel like the market for this is also just gonna shrivel up eventually, like, because with the 4K TVs, they're all smart TVs for the most part, unless you're getting a 4K monitor for like computers. They're all pretty much smart TVs, which all natively have some kind of bloatware on them, that have the App Store on them. Like the Samsung ones have the Samsung stuff on it, and they all have Netflix, Hulu, Pandora, a browser. So at some point, it's like, we're getting so expensive with the TVs. Why would I buy? Like, I want this, and I have no need for it. I have none whatsoever. I have an Xbox that does Netflix. I watch everything from my computer, and the living room has a fucking smart TV with Netflix and Hulu on it, and Amazon Prime Video. I want it, but I could not justify.
Right, you don't have a need for a player.
There's no need for it, and I feel like as the TVs progress, this market's going to go away. Because back in the day, you needed something to stream to your display. It's just a display. That's all it does. But now, they're all fucking computers.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
So it's almost even double weird as to why Amazon would get into this and not like a monitor market. I mean, I give it 2 more years. 2 more years, and I feel like these are unnecessary. Unless you've got an old display. But, I mean, 2 years is a long time.
But, I mean, it's... half the TVs out there are smart nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to pay. You just pay extra now. It's like, it's harder to find a non-smart TV, I think, unless you're buying a really small one.
Yeah, well, no, Katie and I were looking at like a 55-inch LED, and I was like, wait, where's the smart thing? Where does it say where it's smart? And smart means, for those of you that don't know, it's got Wi-Fi in it. It can do its own Wi-Fi. They usually come with Ethernet ports too, right?
Yeah.
And then it's got, like she said, its own little operating system that's got a browser and an app store or some kind of apps preloaded maybe, and that, to me at least in my shopping, has become the standard. And I look around, I'm like, why is this? You want $600 for this TV, or I could go get that TV also for $600, same size. But this one's got, this one is his Wi-Fi built in and all the apps and stuff, whereas this one I need either a dongle or a streaming media player of some kind. It's just like, you know what? No.
It's a smart TV. They're nice.
Yeah, I don't know, 55-inch Vizio, I think, is what we were looking at.
How much was that?
$700. Yeah. After I had just gotten Katie her birthday present early for...
Tablet and a purse.
The purse was utilitarian, though. It was like, it wasn't the $1,400 Prado one that they had. But it was just she needed a new purse. But yeah, I got her a tablet, and now I want my own tablet.
I think I would get the Google Nexus. Currently, the Google Nexus 7 is out, but the Google Nexus 10 is coming out, and I want a bigger display. And the only 10s I know are that one and a Samsung Note, which is a really expensive tablet. But all I've heard is like the Samsung ones, their bloatware they put on it. At least the not that one, but the Note one is like it slows down the moving and stuff. Like there's no point. You're better off getting a smaller tablet. And I want Android, not Apple.
You want to? What about Windows? Are you open to a Windows tablet?
Fuck no, I'm not open to Windows tablets.
Why not?
That market's gonna die.
Why is it dying? Because I don't know. Like I think a Windows tablet would be cool. That's what I was looking at. I was looking at either the Microsoft Surface. I would buy Asus if their tablet was actually 1920 by 1080, but it's some weird resolution.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Nope.
No.
Hate them. They said they're cutting their fucking mobile, like they're dropping mobile with their new CEO. And sure, they made a bunch of announcements, but that was when Steve Ballmer was still the CEO. Like he had already done this stuff. Like anything Microsoft and mobile, I'm so opposed to. Fucking board of directors at Microsoft was opposed to the Nokia acquisition, and they still bought Nokia anyway.
All right,
but
I don't know. The Surface looks pretty good though. The Surface 2. The
Surface 2 is like a laptop, so I can see an argument for that one. Maybe Surface 1 was a piece of shit. And when I might actually upgrade my OS maybe in the future because they had their press conference yesterday and released a bunch of news. And Windows 8.1, I think, unless they're doing an 8.2, is going to support a real start menu on it, and apps will run in Windows. Fuck yeah. Because for those that don't know, Windows 8 and 8.1, I guess 8.1 brought back a start menu, some kind of start menu. But still, if you used any app on there, running in an app is fucking annoying. It goes full screen on you, and you can't easily multitask between programs. But now, like if you're watching something on Netflix, you're in the Netflix app. I can't surf Twitter or anything.
Mr. iStealth has a $10 donation. Enjoying the show. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you very much for the donation, my friend. I appreciate it. If you want to help out the stream and support us in our mid-roll free, ad-free capacity, you can do so. $4.99. Subscribe to the channel. You get a cool little shout-out, access to custom emoticons, a custom chat badge. You can also donate, like we just had there, and help out the stream more directly. It's all there for you, and greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. So multitasking is hard. I was thinking about that for my tablet purchase. Okay.
Yeah. And Android just looks
changes things. Okay.
And like the Google Nexus 7, and I think the 10 will be the same, is just that's Android. Like there's nothing else on it. Like it runs as fast as you're going to get an Android device to run.
Device.
That is observational science right there. Bill Nye. What you looking at?
I was just looking at the channel. Okay, so you know what? I was just, you know what got me with the Windows 8 is that the home screen thing, that little
all the Metro interface?
Yeah, the Metro interface. It looked cool, and I was like, oh man, if I could add things to it and make it mine and it run, like I could learn it. But if a lot of people are saying that it doesn't work very well, then fuck that. All right.
Nah, you got your apps and go over there, and I got a widget. Android would be cool. I want an Android tablet. I just don't know what one.
So I dropped that money for Katie. So now she's got a Samsung tablet, and it's
birthday
nice.
Coming up.
Yes, in May. So, and I figured, I was just like, yeah, we were there and looking at them, and I was like, oh, all right, well. Let's just get one. You see, originally I was just gonna buy it. Like we were just looking, and I was just gonna flag the guy down and say that one. And then as we walked out of the store, just here you go. But I was like, "Would you like this?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know." And I was like, and then I thought about it. I said, "Well, I was thinking about getting it for your birthday." And then her initial objection was, "Well, no. What would I use a tablet for? Well, I have no need for a tablet. It's not really worth it." And then it became, well, maybe it's a little bit too expensive. And then it became, well, I didn't want that one because I don't know what operating system I would be comfortable with. So then we got to a point where it's just like, fine, let's just go to Best Buy and we'll look at all the
tablets.
Yeah, and spend about half an hour there and decided on the Samsung.
Was there another one that she was weighing the pros and cons between?
Yeah, the Asus Transformer, the Asus T100.
Yeah.
It
doesn't do proper 1080p. I saw that because it's cool. And I think, does that one also flip between a Windows and Android?
Yes, it's actual Windows 8.1. It's not Windows RT.
Right.
It's Windows 8.1. Yeah, and then it can go. Well, no, it goes into it. It had the desktop mode, which would the start menu. That's just like Windows 8.1 on a PC. And it just, if the screen was bigger, I would like it. If it was a 1920, if it was as big as the Samsung, if the Asus screen was as big as the Samsung 10.1 or Galaxy Tab 3 or whatever the hell it is, I would buy the Asus one, but it's not, and it's just like, oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
What in the hell are you doing?
I don't know what
Aaron wants it as a $5 donation. Keep up the good work. You're awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the donation, helping out the stream. So, tablet talk, like and favorite, subscribe.
Tablet talk. We all need tablets.
We all do. We all do. That's a cool. I was thinking about that when we were standing there at. In Best Buy, and I saw a quote from Joe Rogan a lot, is that he's like, we live in a fucking sci-fi movie.
Right.
And it's just like, holy shit, we do.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I got my PC here, right? It's a big-ass motherfucking, just a hoss, right? And it does a lot, but it's not mobile. And I got my phone, which does a lot, but it's not very powerful. But then we've got these things that are like this big, and then like this thin, and they're like little computers that we're just walking around with, doing stuff, talking to each other completely and utterly fucking wirelessly.
Yep.
And it's just like, holy shit. The things that we have been able to accomplish in the last 40 years, it's insane.
We're still not space pirates, though.
We're still not space pirates.
Still not space pirates.
You think we'd be pirates in space?
Oh, we would fuck everything up. We're assholes. Human race is assholes. Assholes on assholes. We would just, that planet has people. Let's take the people and enslave them and then genetically rip them apart to find out how they're composed. Yeah, we would definitely be space pirates.
We'd be space. All right.
There would be no like Star Trek declaration of war type shit. We would just fuck you up. That's why we're not even in space, because we're too busy fighting amongst each other to advance technology as a movement. Boom, they get real deep, didn't they?
Oh my god, yeah, dude. So deep, much wow.
Tablets. One tablet.
I do. All right, so I wanted to ask you about... this is something I've been meaning to do for a couple weeks and just never got to it.
To talk about this, and I don't know what his
because I wanted
is.
to know. I saw you with a vape, not just an e-cig. You had a do you have it near you? Can you hold it up? Your vape.
Where is it?
I don't know. Not there. And then I saw you have it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like maybe you're just trying to quit smoking actual. Like, do they really call them analog cigarettes? Do they really do that? But I figured I thought you would start doing, because Thad, the guy I watch stream a lot and we stream together once in a while, he's really into vaping. Right. And he does both nicotine added and non-nicotine vaping. And I was just wondering how that has gone for you. Like, was it a preemptive move to try to quit smoking or do something like that? Or maybe you just didn't like, the smoke all around your computer stuff in your face all the time.
He's behind the monitor over there. Shows you how long. Well, I cleaned up everything last week, so I boxed it up and put it away. I think I would still pick that over cigarettes, and I haven't used it in a while, but it's because I'm out of juice and I got to order more. And that's one thing. It's not, I can't go to the drugstore and go get more juice for it.
There's not a vape shop around you?
No, okay. There's not a smoke shop nearby. They're nice because cigarettes can get old. The vape feels good. Even on the vape, I don't do like watermelon and all those different flavors and stuff like that. I vape the same stuff I smoke, which is menthol, so it's always cool. And then with the vapor, there's no... Why you gotta hate on that? Why are people so anti-menthol? It's like mint.
It's like 10 extra cigarettes, though.
They say that there's not a single study that's proven that. It's just one of those myths. Because it's cooler, so it goes down deeper. Well, if I'm vaping, does that mean the vape go? It's not hot.
I don't know. I've smoked both. You know, I've smoked regular cigarettes and menthol cigarettes, and menthol is. I mean, it's just not like I was smoking both. You know, like
it just. I don't know why anyone would smoke regular. Like
level of harshness. Menthol, at least in my experience, is a lot more.
Really, because like. Mine are menthols that have a little thing in the filter, and you crack it, it turns menthol. If you don't want to do that, it's a regular Camel cigarette. And if I forget to crack that thing, I know immediately it's just burning and it tastes nasty. But like that's why I've always liked menthols. Like it tastes like mint, and it's cool and it feels cool. Not that it feels cool like it's cool, but it feels cool and refreshing. Going
that's
down.
What you mean. That's what you mean. You know that's what you mean.
Hold on.
It's totally cool. That's cooler.
I'm just gonna bring that around.
Yeah, carry that around in
city.
public and see what people think.
Open carry. Just put it on my belt. Yeah. Just twirl my axe around. But I would, and that's the thing too about vaping. Like there, you can get it without nicotine in it or with it, and I think I would still do it with even without any nicotine in it, just because I like the action of doing it. It's just something I do naturally for several years now, so it's nice. It's cool. It feels good. Like you can get tired of smoking cigarettes and feel gross, but the vaping, it's just like, yep. It's hard to explain it, but yeah, I blow a smoke ring or something like that, which you can do with those. Not so easy with a regular an analog cigarette.
And the first time I heard that, I thought somebody was joking. I thought
Did somebody really say that?
I've heard people say analog cigarette. Yeah. Apparently, vapes are digital somehow because they use electricity to. I guess I don't know, but I've seen it and it's just like, okay, that's. I mean, that's pretty cool. And then I saw that there was a big to do about municipalities and cities blanket banning the use of e-cigs in vapes, just in the same way that they ban cigarette smoke in public places and restaurants and bars and stuff. And it's just like,
which is stupid.
Fuck the whole. Fuck it all.
No, it's not good for you. Even just the vaping is not.
Nobody's fucking. Nobody. I don't. Well, no, never mind. Cigarette companies said that before. Never mind. I was going to say nobody's ever fucking said that smoking is good for you, but they have. Oh.
That was back when they could put cartoons with smoking cigarettes and stuff too. But. It's the smoke itself. It's the burning of the things, the plant that is bad, not the nicotine. And you take that away with the vape. It's literally water vapor with nicotine in it. How do you know that person isn't vaping with no nicotine in their period, like I said a minute ago? And that's bad?
Yeah, it's bad. It's just
go walk down in Beijing one day on the street.
They've had to bring like bags of fresh air. They have to truck them into Beijing and all that stuff. Bags of fresh air because the smog is so bad. And then when Beijing had the Olympics, there were actually, I think, some pretty cool engineering feats to make the air at least appear clean in and around the areas where the Olympics were taking place. The rest of the city and the rest of the Beijing population, fuck them.
It was horrible. But they just had 1 billion Chinese people walk into Beijing. Everybody take a breath, walk out, breathe out. And that's how they did it.
I think that's what they did. But it's just, oh my goodness. And I read the whole public health thing, and it sounds bad, so it must be dangerous. We have to ban it and criminalize it and punish people. It's just fuck this whole thing. Fuck it. What the hell, man? Nobody can be anybody. You can't be yourself anymore. You have to be this way or fuck you. You're in trouble. I want to smoke in public. I want to smoke in a fucking bar.
But that's the annoying thing. Like it's not healthy, but it's the healthier alternative, and no one gets fucked with the vape. And you're banning it everywhere as if it was. And you've just taken away an option for people. So now what are they going to do? And like I've never understood why it's banned on like planes and trains. Sure, you're in a confined space, but the air circulates and it's not bad air. It's got nicotine in it that dissipates.
And I know somebody's going to say, well, because I might find it offensive. You do not have a right to not be offended. Stop fucking thinking that, okay? Nor do you have a right to clean air. Doesn't fucking exist. All right? You don't have a right to clean air, and you don't have a right to not be offended by things. Now, I don't even fucking care about your fucking snot-nosed little kids. Just stop. Oh, my children. Fuck your children. Fuck them. That's all I got to say.
That's his message. Go fuck your children.
No.
Maybe they'll learn something.
Yeah, maybe they'll learn something valuable as you commit sexual
To
assault.
the people that are saying, like, vape is still bad, you shouldn't be bringing that into your lungs. What is it, a humidor? No, that's for cigars, right?
Yeah, there's dehumidifiers, and then there's humidifiers.
There's humidifiers, though.
Yeah.
Like, there are things that, for medical purposes, like I've had bronchitis and stuff before, you put moisture into your lungs so that you can cough up the phlegm easier.
I don't know if that's the way it works.
It might not be how it works, but
it's
I've done that before. Dehumidifier, thank you. That puts there is literally moisture being thrown into the air and you're inhaling it.
Well, yeah,
It's
doctors tell people to do that with flus and stuff to open up their sinuses. And you go sit over hot steam, or you go to take a steam bath, and it opens up, and it's just
It's water vapor.
in the interest of not offending anybody. People are quick to offend or quick to try to stifle what they believe to be, lesser groups, and it's all kinds of fucked up. It's just not right to just, in the interest of people not being offended by other things, we are going to stop this.
I'm way more offended if somebody is drunk on the street throwing up and yelling profanity than somebody on the street corner smoking a cigarette, because they're not ruining my day, That smoke is dissipating. They're not blowing smoke into my face. It's really hard for me to ignore the drunk, stumbling dude vomiting on the street and cursing out a storm. And that's secondhand drunk right there.
You might get a contact drunk.
Yeah, that dude is being so dumb you may feel dumb,
It's all kinds of awful that this is the kind of world we live in, or the society. Not the world. It's not the world's fault or the cosmos' fault. It's just this. It's like here's what it is. It's perfect. It's a real life Reddit circle jerk. The circle jerk, hive mind, whatever you want to call it, that you see on aggregate voting sites like Reddit, where people just play to the masses. They play to what's popular, and everybody comments on and the popular things relating to the popular things, and those all rise to the top, and actual discussion and meaningful dissent just kind of goes away, and everybody just circles jerk. Whatever it is, there's Reddit circle jerks about hating cops, and Reddit circle jerks about loving cops, and Reddit, all kinds of circle jerks. Everybody circle jerking each other, like, oh yeah, and that's what our society has become, just a giant Reddit circle jerk about not offending anybody, or our right to not be offended, or our right to clean air, our right to health, our right to health care, Obamacare. The deadline is coming past where you had to sign up at healthcare.gov and possibly have all your information just kind of out there for people to see if they just, change a link or something. And, 7.1 million people you have to subscribe. You have to sign up for healthcare now.
Right.
Or you're taxed. And it's just, what the fuck, man? Does anybody not have why is it all of a sudden now bad to be skeptic or to have a dissenting opinion on things, or or think, excuse me, maybe this might not be a good idea. Maybe this isn't that. Maybe, and it's all immediately. It's, well, you must love. I fucking get it all the time. You must love drunk driving. You're pro drunk driving. No, I'm fucking not, you moron. But just because I dare go against everybody's bad, everybody that does this is awful, and they deserve everything, fuck them. But just because I go against that, I'm pro this. Oh, my goodness. It's just everybody circle jerking each other. Circle jerking about outrage. Suey Park, did you see that? About the Stephen Colbert thing?
Yeah. What, Colbert's tweet?
Well, the tweet from the Colbert Report official Twitter account.
Right.
And then the whole outrage thing that's spawned from that. And it's, what?
People can't take a joke.
Oh my goodness! It is, and now it's coming out that possibly the whole thing, Sui Park, is just like she's like this is just a publicity stunt. Well, everything's a publicity stunt with her, but she's slipping and being like, oh, this is kind of like a joke, like my outrage is clearly manufactured and is supposed to be a social commentary in and of itself because I'm so meta. It's just, oh my god, and people wonder why I don't like to go outdoors and why I don't want to spend days in the woods. Or maybe I should. Maybe I should go be a hermit.
Yeah, there's nothing out there.
I'll just go be a fucking hermit. Like, they'll go, like, stay a couple days. I'll bring lumber and stuff and just start building, like, a cabin or a lean-to. Like, I want to stay out here where there's no bullshit. There's nobody to
my little safe house.
This is my little area. This is my corner. And you just fucking stay away.
But then you can stream. And we've already discussed.
I know. I gotta get back. I gotta get back to streaming hardcore and doing all that. Well, I don't have to, because the minute you say you have to do something, you've lost the initiative.
You need to.
I think it's the same thing. I want to get back to streaming because I do. Yep. I do find it enjoyable. It's just letting things get you bogged down.
Not no more.
Not no more.
All these people were like, "Amen, Muhammad." Come over here.
Allahu Akbar.
Make that a meme. Somebody get that GIF right there.
No,
that perfect.
No, let's not.
Let's
not go do that.
Tourist.
Not a tourist.
Terror.
I'm op for, okay? I don't like the word terrorist.
What did you say? I'm op for?
I'm op for. The opposing force.
Wow.
Speaking of Call of Duty terms, Chiz, what happened in the Call of Duty competitive esports world?
COD Champs was last weekend, which was the $1 million tournament. First prize gets 400,000 smackaroos.
Who won?
Who did win? Complexity won. Obviously, they win everything. I think they've won out of maybe 12. I'm pulling a number out of my ass. They've won everything like in the past year besides PAX Prime last year and the qualifiers to go to the $1 million tournament. They placed like third or something in that. Yeah.
Now, what's the big news here regarding the big green wall Optic Gaming?
Optic made it to third. Again, by the way, almost an entire like replay of last year's $1 million tournament. Optic got third then, Envy got second then, and Freako Impact got first then. And this year was Optic third, Envy second, and Complexity first this year. And Karma was a player on Freako Impact. He is the most winningest player in Call of Duty esports now. He's won $2 million tournaments. Boom.
Huh.
But Optic, they're like, I don't even know how many pro points they have to qualify them as a pro team. I think they're like 8th on the ladder. And they got through group play, which group play put you into the bracket, which you actually played in the tournament. They got through group play with a bye. They were the only group to have a bye in it, so lucky them. But nonetheless, they won.
How'd that work out, huh?
A Brazilian team got DQ'd, so they didn't get to go.
Oh, really? For what?
Supposedly, people were recovering their accounts and playing for them or something like that. So they got DQ'd. The one Brazilian team got disqualified. So they made it through group play. They got seeded, and they beat... they never fell into the losers bracket. It's a two-bracket system, so if you fall into losers, you can fight your way to get back into winners, but you'll be at a disadvantage more than likely. They beat TK, Team Caliber, which they were like the second, I would put them, best Call of Duty pro team. Then they beat Strictly Business, who... They placed first in the qualifiers to get to COD Champs, and they lost to them before. And then they beat somebody else. They had they went through some serious competitors, and I really thought they were going to place like 8th or 7th. And they were like, they secured top 6, and then they secured top 3, and they got third, and they lost to Envy. And even that game was close, and Envy won. And that shocked the shit out of everybody because they've not placed well in anything in a very long time.
They're talking about Optic.
Yeah.
So has everybody's fears been kind of assuaged by this whole thing? Everybody that was like, "This Optic is dead. This is the end of Optic. The end of Optic Gaming as a pro team and being the dominant force in the business." Are people like, oh, well, now we got to watch them, or is it back to like, oh shit, well, you only got third? Like, do they have to win? And
I think
win
they have to
big
win to shut anyone up.
in order to. Okay.
I mean, no one's saying anything like you only got third. I mean, it's still quite the thing to get third in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's $30,000 a piece. Add tax onto it. Walk away with maybe 20, something like that. Low 20s. They'll place third, but they haven't placed first in anything in almost 2 years or 2 years. And throwing numbers around right now. Like last year, the best thing they got the entire season of any like Gfinity, all these different tournaments was third at COD Champs, and so far this year it's third at COD Champs. So who knows? Complexity's still fucking killing everything. Like they're absolutely ridiculous. They just win everything. And Envy doing pretty damn well as well. Second 2 years in a row.
A lot of money in that, huh?
A lot of money in that, you know. First is but you got to make it stretch. Like that's someone's salary for a year, and you got to invest it or be smart with it. But they're young.
Yeah, okay.
Age young.
So, what's the next big tournament that everybody's?
I think Anaheim's next, and that's at the end of June. I don't think there's a European Gfinity until then. So MLG Anaheim. Don't know if I'll go to that. Probably not. No desire to really go, but who knows? Nadeshot has still never won an MLG championship. He's won some lands, and he placed first at COD XP $1 million tournament, which is in 2012. But he hasn't ever won an MLG, so I know he has a personal thing he wants to do right there.
It's personal now.
And Clayster Slayer was sad because he's like, I've won everything except COD Champs, and it just sucks. It's not even about the money, which who knows if that's true or not, but it's a big chunk of change. But that's the only thing he hasn't won, and he has to wait another year for it.
Oh, well then we'll see in a 2 months. 2 months, we'll get the return of the
3 months.
Optic, this, that, the other thing, Optic. Now, we talked about it before, and I wanted to ask your opinion on this. We just it just didn't come up. The Obamacare deadline, and it appears that 7.1 million people, as per the White House, have actually signed up for Obamacare at healthcare.gov.
Yeah, that's your IQ, buddy. 0.
Really?
Skunk Wagons just subscribed. Welcome to the Dog Pound, my friend. We got fun and games. Woo! Thank you for subscribing. That was the goal of the White House.
Oh, that was the goal.
The goal was about 7 million, and 7.1 million. 7.1 million.
Oh, they passed it.
Yeah, they passed the goal.
Oh, okay.
From October of last year through March of this year. Now, so Obamacare, it's officially here. Like it's like now we're into it now.
Right.
A lot of people at the end of last year, a lot of larger employers started rolling out healthcare stuff. What are your thoughts, Chiz, on taxing people, forcing people to have health insurance via a tax? Now, it's just a tax, and there's actually some interesting legal theory in regards to the Supreme Court decision. I believe it was the Supreme Court decision that that ruled that it was a tax. And that means that the tax is somehow in play for other things on down the road. But forcing people to be insured, the uninsured to now be insured, you have to have health care in America, or you're going to be fined or taxed.
And what's the bracket that falls into? Because there actually is a bracket where you will be taxed in this. If you're under a certain income, they're not going to force this on you.
I would assume it's probably the lowest tax bracket. Like if you don't make the lowest tax bracket, you don't have to have health care. I would assume. I don't know specifically.
Right.
And I could very easily be wrong on that, but it seems logical to me that if you don't have enough money to be taxed in any other way, that the federal government isn't going to tax you for not having health care. So, but I'm pretty sure people in the lowest income tax bracket are going to be to be fined if they don't have health care. I
don't know. And the justification for it, if I got this right, is the reason you should be buying it is because it offsets the amount of money spent on like ER visits and stuff like that for the uninsured, and that's why they're taxing them to make up for that money that people aren't paying into it. But I just don't think that's a real model. I don't think that's true. I think some other country or somewhere did this, and like their expenditures for ER visits didn't go down or anything like that. Like there was no stats to back it.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Yeah, so like that's why I'm not in favor of throwing a tax on people. It's your choice if you want healthcare or not. If there was a system in place without taxing, I don't know, because all right, lay it out. How's it different than like Canada or the United Kingdom? Because they are paying taxes, and some of that tax money goes to a national healthcare system. How is this tax different than what they're doing?
Because the government is actually in the healthcare business. As I understand Obamacare now, I think in its earlier forms, Obamacare was meant to get the federal government in the healthcare business.
Right.
You pay us money, and we will provide you health care. We will be your insurance carrier. That's not how it is now. It's
right.
You have to go to a private corporation, third-party corporation, and get your healthcare insurance or health insurance from them, and then we won't tax you. We, the federal government, won't tax you. That's the way the system is set up now. As I understand, Canada and the UK. It's just the government is in the healthcare business, and that's what they do. So I think that's paying taxes is just paying your insurance premium,
right?
And so that's the difference, I believe. And so this one is you can find a deal on healthcare, but you can also get screwed on health insurance. You can also be denied a lot of things. Things aren't covered. Still, right. It's up to the private third-party corporations. But in their, obviously, I'm sure they're all really happy because now the federal government is in effect subsidizing healthcare. You have to have it in order to just be a person. You have to pay us money now. How fucking awesome is that? You're in a business where the government says you're a private business. You own your own business. And then imagine that, right? You own your own business, right? You're selling cupcakes or whatever. But then the government, let's just say your municipal government, right? You're in Joe Schmo or Middletown, America, and you own a cupcake shop in Town Square. Then the municipal government says everybody once a week has to have a cupcake. If you want to live in this municipality, you have to buy at least one cupcake a week and have it as dessert. Woo! Yeah! You're going buying drinks for everybody at the bar Christmas, right? Because the government has mandated that everybody populate and patronize your business or be patrons of. I think patronize works in that sense. I think there's
really?
I think there's probably like a secondary definition. Patronize is to give your patronage to a business. I think.
Let's define patronage now.
To be like a customer of you're in the business, you're partaking of the services and goods offered of a business, I think.
All right, we'll just leave that on there in the open. People
I might be wrong. Is it wrong? Do you know it's wrong? If it's wrong, correct me.
No, I don't. I just thought I was going to keep going down. I was hoping you would use another word to define patronage. I was just going to keep going down it and see if I could stonewall you at some point. Because I don't know of that second definition for it. That's why I thought you were using it improperly.
I don't know. But I think
anti-tax. Back on topic.
No, you're one of those people that's like, oh, Lefty tries to sound smarter than he really is. It's like, no, it's just how I talk.
Yeah.
If I speak, if I use a word wrong, fucking tell me.
I was just having fun because I thought you were saying you're picking the wrong word. And you're like, there's a secondary definition to it, and I took you on that. And I was just having some fun. Having a wee bit of
Katie's
fun.
in the chat saying yelling thesaurus, but you know what?
It's not a definition.
This probably doesn't. Yeah. Also, oh no. Let's see if it does. Actually, we haven't.
What's
done
the word? Patronize.
Patronize. This is Griveting Radio. I know.
This would be great if it was Dictionary Corner. This is just going to give you substitute words.
A patron, the noun, Philanthropist, benefactor, helper, protector, encourager, champion, backer, advocate, defender, guide, leader, friend, ally, sympathizer, well-wisher, partisan, buyer, angel, sugar daddy.
Wow.
It's fucking in here. It says sugar
what
daddy.
Ghetto book
I
is
swear
this?
to God, it says sugar daddy. Booster and antonym, enemy, obstructionist, adversary.
All right, there you go.
So
Sugar daddy.
maybe I don't know. Maybe I fudged its usage a little bit, but I don't know. It seemed
We'll
like
never know.
It
That was
seemed
the
like
results.
the logical thing at the time. But you know what about this whole the idea of like a quasi national healthcare system wherein the national the sovereign makes you have healthcare. It's just. I don't know that it works. Chiz, you mentioned some other country trying this and it not working in aggregate healthcare costs. I'm not aware of that. But what I am aware of is this. In a similar effort to drive down healthcare costs, because a lot of people think that medical malpractice lawsuits run amok is incredibly inflating the cost of healthcare in America. That because if you get hurt by a doctor and you go and you try to sue that doctor for $1 million, that doctor has to get insurance coverage and they're going to inflate the price to cover their own ass so that just in case they do get in trouble, et cetera, et cetera. And so, you have this building when all of a sudden you get to a point now where medical malpractice has just artificially inflated the cost of healthcare and priced a lot of people out of healthcare. Because doctors and insurance companies have to try to cover their ass, right? Well, in municipalities and states where medical malpractice payouts have been capped, because in some states they're uncapped. You could get, if a doctor really fucks you up, you can get millions of dollars.
Right.
In states where they have been capped, guess what didn't happen to healthcare costs?
It didn't go down.
Nope. And I view this as kind of similar. I think that the whole idea of forcing people to have health care or have health insurance will drive down the costs of overall health care. It just seems like you're treating a symptom and not the disease.
What if we made our immigration more liberal and quicker and made people tax-paying citizens? Would that drive down the cost of health care?
Well, if you made immigration easier and you entice people to make it easier, just like it's just like with like piracy. If you make it easier for people to pay for your shit, they will. And if you price it reasonably, people will pay for your shit. They will. They will stop pirating. And they will stop illegally downloading and ripping and burning and sharing and all that stuff. They'll, fuck it, I'll buy it. Yeah, whatever. I bought Cosmos. I could turn on Adblock or buy Cosmos. What did I do? I fucking bought Cosmos on Amazon Instant Video. So if you make it easier, I would think it logical that if you make it easier for immigrants to become citizens and make it easier for them to pay taxes, and then you let the federal government actually get into the healthcare business, yeah. If you say, look, if you want this minimum health care coverage, we'll provide it for you. The federal government will. We've got this administrative agency, they're all set to go for you. And you, part of your taxes, you just check the box, and then we add this amount onto your taxes every single year. And you do it, and then now you've got health care. Yes, I think it would. I think that would result in a lot more people being insured. But again, I don't think it's the amount of people being insured, because the idea is, well, when you don't have insurance and you go to the ER because you're sick or because you're hurt, well, you're probably not going to have the money to pay just the vacuum or the prices in a vacuum or the aggregate cost, whatever, without any supplementation from insurance. You're not going to be able to pay it. So somebody's going to either have to foot the bill, whether that be hospitals or practitioners or whatever, whoever's organizing the hospital. And so to cover that, they raise prices. And I don't think that's I don't think that's true. I also think, who the fuck says that the system's going to be fair? Well, again, we're back to everybody in society. Well, it's got to be fair. It's got to be fair. I shouldn't. I'm paying health care. Why isn't this motherfucker? People are fucking poor, man. Whatever. And yes, are there in the system that I just advocated, and in any system, are there going to be people that can't afford it, and they won't? Yes, there will. And there will always be people that will game the system. Always be people that are trying to get something for nothing or something for less than what they should honestly pay. Always, 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 always. That will always be there, and forcing more people to get insured and making it a federal law that you have to have insurance now isn't going to do anything. Because where does the incentive come from now for insurance providers to or healthcare providers to lower costs? All right, fine. The insurance companies are really fucking happy because they got a bunch of new customers. But where does the healthcare provider play in all that? Where's the lower prices going to come from there? It just seems like they're just treating all kinds of bullshit and not talking about the actual root cause. Maybe we shouldn't go to the hospital for everything. Maybe not everybody needs cat scans, dog scans, all kinds of scans whenever they have a bellyache or something.
Right, but then isn't the counter to that, like the reason they do overly diagnose is to prevent them missing something and then being sued out the wazoo later.
Yes. Be better doctors. No, let's not stop suing. Be better doctors.
Get House.
Be better doctors.
House could diagnose anything.
Yeah, after he almost kills you 3 times.
And he had a fucked up leg. Huh? Fucked up leg. On painkillers, he could diagnose better.
Mm-hmm. I remember that one episode where he was like, spoiler alert, in a coma, but he had dreamed that he underwent this surgery.
Oh yeah, that was the season 3 finale, I think.
Right, to fix his knee or whatever. Remember that? Yeah, that was a crazy. I loved that episode of House. I was like, oh wow, mind.
He gets shot in that episode. That's what he gets shot.
Good, he fucking deserves it, prick.
Yeah,
malpractice. He's a walking malpractice douchebag.
But he always is.
And I remember there was one, like, they tried to handle that little narrative kind of quip in one episode where that lady who he's always trying to
Cuddy.
Yeah, the hospital administrator. Yep. I bought a $200,000 like medical malpractice insurance just for you. Bitch,
that sounds right.
The things he did to people, that's not Kung Fu Fu Man. Kung Fu Fu Man?
Kung Fu. Fuck you, man.
Kung Fu Fu Man just subscribed. Welcome to the Dog Pound. We have fun and games. Woo, thank you for subscribing. But anyway, the shit that House did, man, no. Fucking millions of dollars, motherfucker. What are you doing? You got that one guy, that one prison inmate drunk? Or no. You had prison tattoos, and prison tattoo ink tends to have a lot of iron in it, but you put them in the MRI machine anyway.
Yep. It was a good show. I stopped watching after, I think, season 5, and there's 3 more after that, and I should probably pick it up again.
Do you know how medically accurate that show is? Like, is there any, like, credibility to the medicine that goes on?
Well, that's not a real position, first of all, I don't think, because I want it to be that. Like, there's no such thing. I don't think there's a really good paid position called diagnostician, because that's what doctors do. They fucking diagnose.
That's what they're supposed to do.
They're supposed to do that. There's not like a guru diagnostician position over there.
Yeah, that would probably be kind of like a not very smart hire for, even if there is like a really, like, I'm good at diagnosing things that you can't figure out. How many people present at your hospital with shit like that?
Because I would want that. I don't want to be the guy. That's why I can never be a doctor. I don't want to be cutting people and like looking inside. But if I just knew everything and then made other people do it, that'd be great. That'd be swell gig. It's like, I got all the answers. You go cut them open.
But is there, like...
How accurate? I don't know. I don't think that's ever come up. There was an episode where, like, there was, like, 2 kinds of DNA in a boy because he had there was a twin and it died, but somehow some of his DNA was like still a part of him and it looked like 2 different people.
Okay.
Even though I feel like a twin's DNA would be kind of genetically almost identical to the twin himself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how accurate it was. There's a lot of crazy shit on that show.
Remember, there was one where he took LSD. He had migraines.
Well, I feel like that might be real. Like,
he took LSD, but then he also took, what was the other thing? Like he was starting to feel the effects, like just the marginal effects of LSD, where he was like, I can see sound or something. She was like, "Are you high?" And he's like, "You took LSD, didn't you?" He's like, "Yeah, but then I took blah blah blah, which would stop the LSD in its tracks just to cure my migraine or something like that." And I always wonder, like, like that seems like really cool, but I wonder how realistic it is.
Well, I feel like if you want to get rid of a headache, that'd be a good way to go.
LSD,
super high psychedelic drugs.
I don't know. I think I'd just get high. Like if I had access to either pot or LSD, I'd rather smoke a joint than go on some crazy psychedelic trip where I might end up tearing out my eyeball.
What was it? Because he was. I remember that episode so distinctly. Because he.
Antidepressants.
I like that. I like that episode. It might be antidepressants.
Okay.
I think it might be, but I remember that episode because it was an old college guy at Johns Hopkins he went to. He got house kicked out of college for cheating, and he was at his thing, and he's like, "I'm going to prove you that your anti-migraine medication doesn't work." And he gave him something to get a migraine induced, and he gave it his drug, and it didn't work. So he gave himself LSD. He was tripping out in the shower, seeing sounds, and then he was like, "I took that to get me down, or I took that to get me up, and I took this to bring me back down." And I think it was antidepressants because they're like serotonin blockers.
Ah, okay. There we go. See? Mystery solved.
There's no mystery to House. It's all. I'm a diagnostician.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He doesn't play by the rules.
House.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. That too.
And I'm going to run the company. I love
the Book of Rules.
That's pretty good.
He does not play by the rules.
Mm-hmm. No, he does not. Yeah, House was a good show.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
Except when they got rid of Omar Epps.
Yeah, I also really like the episode where you actually had to find out what happened to House's leg. And it was a case study thing. That was interesting. It was a good one. It's like, oh, he was a good guy, and you cut some of his leg out.
Now he's a dick.
Now he's a fucking asshole.
I don't think it works that way.
Who's in constant pain and misery.
Mm-hmm.
Popping pills like chiclets.
So, House a good show. You should watch it. Is it on Netflix or Amazon Instant Video?
Might be on Amazon Instant Video. It's not on Netflix. If it was, I'd have watched it by now. It's probably on Amazon. That's a Fox show. Then again, The Following is on Netflix, and I would put House on there before The Following. Not to talk shit on Kevin Bacon, but that's only 2 seasons in.
I'm getting into Archer.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen like 5 episodes of that show because some friends liked it.
I realized, because I'd always seen it, and then I watched like they do musical montages, I guess, sometimes. And I watched one, and I realized that it was the same team, or at least most of the same team, who was behind a show on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, called Frisky Dingo. Frisky Dingo was a show that only ran 2 seasons, and then the studio behind it dissolved. Apparently, they weren't making enough money. But that same exact art style appeared in Archer, so it's got to be the same guys. And I was hoping that the voice of Xander Cruz would be the voice of Archer, but it's not. I don't know who does it.
The voice of Archer is the guy who did the voice of Coach in home movies on Adult Swim. Who since I did commentaries, been told I sound like the dude who voices Archer, and I fucking don't. Sorry, I've watched the show. I don't. I don't know what that dude physically looks like. I only know what he's voice acted in. I don't know who.
Yeah, he appears in Family Guy once in a while, doesn't he?
He's that guy too. He's the guy who owns the store or whatever, convenience store. And everybody's saying it's on Netflix. If it is, I'm gonna check it out. Because
House on Netflix?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Ooh. If you're, I'm gonna check right now. In fact, I'm just gonna search House.
Somebody in the chat Detroit Skills says, "Lol, Frisky Dingo. It blows my mind to hear they weren't making enough money." Yeah, that's right. I was like, "Oh my god, this is the funniest fucking show I had ever seen," and it was really, really funny. I'm pissed there were only 2 seasons, and the second season just kind of got really dumb. But oh well, that's it is what it is. Chiz, here's a question. Random Forbes article I saw retweeted by Justin Wong, and I wanted to read it. Or formerly known as
Netflix.
It is on Netflix?
Yes.
Ooh.
I've been proven wrong, but I'm okay.
Formerly Fuzzy Otterballs, but apparently Fuzzy Otterballs is not.
I didn't notice he changed his tweet. How recent is that?
Because he's really rich now.
He's always been.
Oh, he always has been?
Yeah. I mean, he's before Twitch. He was at Ubisoft. He went to
Stanford. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just know he has a nice apartment, and he hasn't moved.
Oh, okay. because
in San Francisco.
I remember when he did YouTube for a while, and I was like, oh man, this guy. But yeah, he was on like some magazines, like top 30 under 30 or something.
Yeah, on Forbes. Yeah, he made that. So did 2 other, I think, Twitch employees as well.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of money in the bank. So Fuzzy Outerballs is apparently not something you want to be putting out there in the public, like, hi, this is our representation on Twitch, or representative on Twitter. Go follow him. He's a representative of Twitter. Okay, what's his handle? Fuzzy Outerballs.
Or maybe he's been wanting to change it for a while, and he just now got that handle.
Oh yeah, that could be it too.
Yeah,
but it was retweeted by him. It was a Forbes article talking about buyer beware, caveat emptor as it applies to video games. A lot of people that because I was bitching about Battlefield 4. Earlier in the week, a lot of people, in response, when hearing people talk about how awful a video game is and how bad it is that that a company is accepting money for it, I just think of Aliens Colonial Marines when that comes out, or when that comes up, and people say caveat emptor, buyer beware. You should have known. But do you think that applies for video games? Is that an apt defense of a piece of shit video? Not a game that sucks, like a bad story or anything, but a game that just isn't what it purports itself to be, and for all intents and purposes is broken, functionally broken. Is that a good...
Well, is this even exclusive to just games? What about movies? There's plenty of movies I thought were going to be great going into it and walked out going, wow, I wish I had my fucking $10 back.
That's the Mass Effect question, isn't it? Because it's like, well, what are we? Are we supposed to be a functionally interactive media, or are we artists creating entertainment? Because no, you don't. You're right. You don't go. Even if you hated Passion of the Christ, you don't get to go back to Mel Gibson and be like, "Here, I want my $15 back," or anything like that. You went into it knowing that this is an artist's vision. This is not an interactive platform, and you're here to consume it. If you don't like it, that's okay. But just because you don't like it doesn't mean it was a functionally broken product that you should get your money back for.
Right. It's subjective and opinionated. I have difficulty with that word. Opinionated,
I think.
Yeah, because the content, it's not broken. Now, if I I can't even really argue for Aliens Space Colonial Marines, because it was the game half there? Was it broken when it shipped?
It was not at all what it purported itself to be. The gameplay demo, where they said, this is gameplay.
Right.
Not at all what the game looked like. And it was like an orders of magnitude worse. Not even like looking even half close. They said, oh, well, our dynamic lighting system, all these things. There's comparison videos out there that go through and just show exactly what kind of bullshit that they tried to pull. Now, I understand trailers and I understand bullshots, just like Call of Duty has one every year where they show the multiplayer reveal, and it's a picture of like a multiplayer instance. And It's just bullshit. It doesn't look like that at all. But when I think a line is crossed somewhere when you start telling people, because again, Watch Dogs is coming out in May, and all of a sudden Watch Dogs had an actual gameplay trailer where it was like, wait a minute. This is not what you saw, what you showcased as gameplay at E3. You showcased gameplay at E3, not a cutscene, not a trailer. You showcase what you said, Ubisoft, and what you said, whoever makes Borderlands. Oh, geez, what's the name?
2K?
No, the developer behind Borderlands. Ah, shit. It's coming off the top of my head. It's bad.
The name is slipping me.
Anyway, what you said is gameplay. I think a line gets crossed when you say, this is gameplay. Because that's the selling point of the game. It would be like... because I do think at some point you can go get your money back for a movie. So let's say somebody's like, this is the greatest comedy of the year, and it's a drama or it's a horror story or something like that. When it tells you we are this, it's this statement, but then it's not at all.
What about when you see a trailer for a movie and they cut a scene out, or you're looking for that scene to happen in a movie and they ended up cutting it in post? And it's not in the final product. What about then? Is that different than them showing a gameplay trailer and it's not what the final product was?
I don't know. That's a very good point. I think it might be a little bit different. King Fumi just or not subscribed. He just donated $5. Thank you very much for the donation. But Chiz was on a point. I didn't want to interrupt him. That's a good point. But I think there's a bit of a difference between a single scene being cut from a movie and a game not at all functioning as you purported it to function before you released it. I think there's a bit of a difference there. It's subtle,
but it's still before the release, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they released Alien Space Marines and they didn't, and they said it's exactly like we showed you from that video, even though it's nothing like that in the final product that it's came out, then I think there's an argument. But if shit's changed since that video, even if it's totally different, the final product's out there and people have reviewed it, they know what it is, and if you buy it, that's the final product.
Keep in mind, is it Sledge? No, Gearbox Software. Thank you, everybody in the chat. XX Mo is who I saw. Gearbox continued to use that E3 footage that they said, this is gameplay. This is the dynamic lighting system we're using. They used that footage in all their advertising material post-release. Mm-hmm. Post-release, they were still using that footage to tell people this is the game. Now, that's an egregious example, okay? Keep that in mind, everybody. Watch Dogs, the last thing we saw from E3 2013 was like a 10-minute gameplay.
That was not gameplay.
I know, right? And now it's coming out that wasn't gameplay, or maybe that's PC gameplay. That's what we'll get on PC. But what's coming out on consoles, I don't know. I hope what we saw at E3 is kind of close to what we're going to get on PC, because oh my god, that looked awesome. Watch Dogs is going to be cool either way, but it's just, is there a line? I guess the more general point is there a line past which game developers and publishers can no longer hide behind caveat emptor, can no longer hide behind, oh, well, we were creating art instead of interactive media?
The only thing that makes sense is Alien Space Colonial Marines. Now that I know that they're still using the totally not what the final product is and selling it and marketing it as that would be the only example, because once the final product's out and there's reviews and you read the front and back and stuff, that's what you're buying. Anything before that can be bullshit, because you're buying the product. Just like if they said this microwave has fucking 3D built into it, if I go to the box and it's not there and I still buy it, that's on me. It's not whatever the fuck the asshole said. So really, it's just that extreme example that I could say you have a buyer beware argument on your hands there. Okay.
That's a good point. I think I will probably be a little bit... play those cards, fuck you, you can't hide behind caveat emptor because you're just gigantic pieces of shit. I'll play them a little bit closer to the vest.
Yeah. Well,
I think, gotta be a little bit more careful about that. But there is a point.
Right.
Past which you can't do that. Yeah. All right, let's wrap up the show there. We've been going for a good long while.
We have.
Yes, we have. Thank you to everybody that's come out, everybody that's been active in the chat, all the subscribers and donators helping keep us mid-roll free on Twitch. Ad-free, I say ad-free, get used to it. Ad-free on Twitch. Is the blade on your forehead or the blunt part? The blunt, it looks like the blunt. The blunt's on your forehead, bro. Thank you to everybody that came out. Anyway, ad-free if you want to support it. $4.99. You can also donate. Scroll down below the video player at twitch.tv/lefty643. Click on the header that says donate, and you can help us out as they're going ad-free format.
Ad-free.
Yes. Thank you guys for coming out, all the moderators. Thank you to everybody that watched live. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the like button. Are favorites even there anymore? I think.
Who cares? Come out to the live stream. That's what matters.
Yeah, come out to the live stream. Twitch.tv/lefty643. And then watch it on a VOD. And watch all the ad breaks on a VOD. There's still going to be ads on YouTube stuff, by the way. Thank you guys for joining. We hope you enjoyed. Who the fuck were you flipping off?
Well, because you're like, yeah, go watch it here, go watch it there, and like, there's still going to be ad breaks. Fuck you if you complain.
Okay. Thank you guys for joining. We hope you enjoyed. We are out. Peace.